It's Sunday. First of all, close the doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Because today is Sunday, so that means before I open the doors, I need 40K likes, subscribers, comments, and watch hours. So until y'all do that, ushers, don't let them out. But anyways, how y'all doing today? Good morning. It's another day. It looks like this is the third day in a row, so that may or may not be something that is a daily thing, especially because I'm an early riser on accident, not by choice, but I make the best of it. So today, I would like to, well, I would like to always have a specific topic, but it always turns to other stuff, and that's the fun of being on live because you just never know. And even when engaging with the people that's in the live, you just never know. So for me, my plan is to start off with SMART goals because with SMART goals, that's something that we all could benefit from in any category. And then from there, just depending on what the vibe is, we keep it moving. Thank you for coming in and thank you for the like. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday. For me, I just finished my morning workout and shower, and now I am just doing some stuff on my iPad. I usually would have been live earlier, but I was trying out this Rode microphone that I have for my camera, but you can also use it on your phone. And I had to download software for it. I had to update the software, and then I also had to test it out as well using voice memo to make sure y'all could hear me because the first two lives were on my headphones, and it was cool, but my headphones are noise canceling, so it was kind of, I don't know. I just didn't really like it. I prefer a microphone. Good morning, Trey. Thank you for coming in. How you doing today? Well, Rode, they have pretty good microphones. And I'm gonna work my way to using the camera so I can actually make established videos because live is cool to keep the algorithm going, but I like doing content too because it kind of shows my creativity with the editing and the different effects that I use and things like that. Also, I don't. Somebody has been trying to hack my email, probably hackers, for months. I keep getting the your single use code. Like if I'm trying to sign in, but it'd be at like 2, 3 a.m. So I know that's not me doing that. It's just crazy how hacking is the new robbery. Like people don't even have to rob you anymore. All they have to do is just hack your information or get it from the dark web or things like that. Good evening, thank you. Good evening in India. It is 6:30 a.m. in Louisiana. What time is it in India? And that's good to know that I'm worldwide. And thank y'all all for tuning in. Even if y'all don't stay, if y'all could please double tap the screen or click the like button. That's all I ask. I'm not really that hard to please. Like I don't need super chats, even though I can't get them. I don't need super chats. I don't need cash apps. I don't need any of that for me. So, just the like button is free. But I know like on social media, I don't know what it is about people in the like button, but it's like people do not liking, but they definitely will freely tell you when they don't like something, which is beautiful as well. Because insight matters. We always have to know what other people are thinking, and thanks to the internet, we will always know that now. It's no more mystery. If you want to know what someone's thinking, just pull up their social media profile. I'm in Baltimore at 7:30 a.m. That's what's up. What's the weather like in Baltimore? It was like 60 degrees when I went to the gym, and I had to use the froster for my windows. But the last week it's been starting off cold, and then it get warm throughout the day. But hey, y'all, if y'all could just click the like button, I only have one like now. I know y'all probably be tired of that because every time you go to a content create a channel or something, that's what you hear. But I mean, because it look bad to YouTube to be having viewers, and it's like the people don't like all this. Like, let's see, because I'm outside today. They have people out here talking about getting doctor's notes to go to the French Quarter Festival that's going on right now down here. But also too, I noticed with live people kind of like to see you. Like they don't really like when it's just talking, I guess, unless it's a person that people are already familiar with. Because it's like when a person is seeing your video for the first time, unless you have like a really, really good subject that could make them not even think about the fact that they don't know you, most people is just like strangers. So people, you gotta warm up to people online. But I really don't be knowing what people want to see outside of drama, gossip, and that's about it. Drama and gossip. Which gossip is a part of drama, but sometimes it could just be gossip without the drama. But where are the other two or three people in here? What city y'all from? And what time is it? And what's the temperature? And do y'all travel? And have y'all had y'all spring break yet? Is it spring break time? And if it is, or if it isn't, where have you went, or well, where you go? Chilly 30. Lord, 39. What time of year does it usually warm up in Baltimore? I don't know why I feel like after April, everywhere would just be warm and spring like weather. Because it should be spring already. Let me see when spring starts. I think it starts this month though. Okay, spring starts. I put sprint. Pulled up results about sprint, and that's funny. Spring is from March 20th through June 20th. So it's been spring for almost a month now, and I like really. I think at one point seasons were on point with the weather you would expect during the time, but it just seemed like we just get whatever weather the weather feel like giving us because it could be cold in the summer, it could be hot in the winter, things like that. It even snowed in New Orleans a few months ago, and it shut down the city for the whole week because they didn't even do anything to the snow. They didn't put salt on it. I heard that they put salt down before, but it's like if we had 6 inches of snow, I don't think 6 inches of snow being on top of salt would be helpful to anyone, because even a thin layer of ice can make people slide. The weather is everywhere is bipolar. Yeah, kind of, sort of, kind of. It seems like they have some places that have consistent weather. I know, like when I look at content from other countries, it seems like their weather pretty much stays the same, except for like your occasional tsunami or earthquake and things like that. Which it seems in in over in Europe in the Asia area, mainly Asia area, it seems like they earthquakes are always catastrophic. Like, thankfully the U.S. don't get earthquakes like that. The ones we do get, if it's enough to make noise, it'll ruffle some things and destroy some stuff. But it's just always crazy because with earthquakes outside of science, you really as a regular person don't have no indicator that an earthquake is coming unless you are Eliza Thornberry and the elephants and the whales could tell you, hey, there's a tremor at Earth's core. I think an earthquake is coming. But what shows y'all been on lately? For me, I try to keep it short with the shows I binge watch because with those shows, they usually are 30 minutes, or if it is an hour long show, it's not that many seasons. That's why I haven't watched Game of Thrones yet because I probably won't watch that until I retire in like 100 years. Because 1 hour episodes or more for multiple seasons, it start to feel like a part time job when you're trying to get to the end, especially if it's a show that have too many filler episodes. Like I watched Sisters, and it felt like writing a 1,000 page paper for a math class. So yeah, that's about it. So what plans do y'all have for the weekend? I'm looking at. I was scrolling through my iPad. I just caught a video of someone getting a filling done. But I noticed too with live, it's like you have to really let it roll for a while because I know when I'm on live for like a long time getting ready for church, that's good. That's what's up. some churches out here don't start till like 11 noon, 1 o'clock, or like if it's a bigger church, they'll have multiple services. I just realized I left my protein shaker at the gym, which is funny. I really don't care because that one is older, and I have like 3 or 4 of them. So out with the old and with the new, which is for me that's not a normal thing. I generally don't forget things because whenever am leaving, I always do multiple once overs to make sure that I didn't leave anything behind. But let's see. Okay, so let me pull up SMART goals. I already know about it, but I definitely like to reference reputable sources. Let's see, command. What am I doing? As much as I love technology, I still am getting used to some of the shortcuts on these Apple devices when it comes to like and the iPad and the iPhone and stuff like that. Smart goals. I put smart feature. Type in what I'm thinking. Okay, SMART goals are a framework for setting clear, measurable, and achievable objectives. It should be a specific goal, leaving no room for ambiguity. It should answer questions like what, where, when, why, and who. Goals should have quantifiable criteria that allow you to track progress and determine if the goal has been achieved. The goal should be realistic and attainable, considering your resources, skills, and constraints. The goals should align with your overall objectives and priorities, values, making it meaningful and motivating. The goal should have a specific deadline, creating a sense of urgency. And that's why I love SMART goals because the biggest thing I find is that achievability is something that a lot of people don't consider with goals as far as like if a person says they want to lose 100 pounds in 2 months, that's not that is not achievable in a safe and long-term manner as far as that. Like goals like that are wanting $100,000 in 1 month, but you currently only get 1,000. Achievability there is not impossible by far. However, a lot of times we get attached to our goals. So if we make a goal that is very unlikely to achieve, especially given the current circumstances, that is a VIP trip to disappointment, first class. Because when it comes to constantly not meeting goals, it has a mental impact on us to where not meeting goals will have us feeling like we're a failure. And then the negative part of our thought process will remind us of every goal that we couldn't achieve and a lot of negative self talk as far as feeling and beating ourselves up for the fact of even thinking that that was a goal. But if we change the time amount, it can be achievable. Anyone can set a goal for $100,000 and meet that goal, but you just have to break it down on how you're going to get there, and then also look at your current state of the finances that you have, and make small changes. So if a person said they want to have $100,000 in 5 years, if they look at how much money they have coming in versus how much money they have coming out, they can definitely do that because that's $20,000 a year. And if a person is making anywhere from, I want to say, 40 to $100,000 a year, it's still possible through things like dividend stocks, through things like selling old items that you have, finding ways to get cash back on the purchases you already have to make, especially like bills and things like that. And also just looking at different things, like a lot of these different apps, like finance apps like Acorn, Robinhood, Webull, and just any finance app you could think of. Good morning, Dimples. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Any of those apps you could think of, they actually pay you to refer people. So if you are setting a money goal like $100,000 and you wanted to speed up the process, go through every app you have. Like even some of your banking apps, you get money for referring people. So if you have people around you, like even with Robinhood, you get free stocks. With Coinbase, you get free stocks. Good morning, Pepper. Thank you for coming in. If you have any of those apps, when you refer people, you get it for free. Like for me, I've gotten over like 20 or 30 different random stocks from Robinhood from referring people to Robinhood. And with Acorns, they have the best referral program I've seen yet because they always have these deals to where with Acorns, if you refer, like they might tell you, if you refer two people within the next 2 weeks, we're going to give you a $750 bonus, which is $750 that you actually, it's your money because after a waiting period, you can withdraw that money out just for two people signing up, joining, and putting $5 down. Or like with Cash App, with them, take them with a grain of salt. They have a $5 per referral. Like so many people. Matter of fact, while I'm in front of this iPad, like let me see what Acorn and cashback apps like Rakuten, Ibotta. Like let me see what Rakuten. I'm about to go to their website right now. Hey Karen, good morning. Thank you for coming in. I don't have bushes yet because I'm not that big. I currently just have grass, like wild grass. So you're not in the bushes, but you in the uncut grass that the landscapers haven't caught up with yet. Like right now, it's let's see, where referral with Rakuten, give $30, get $30. Refer a friend or 10 and get $30 per referral, and that's per year. So just from Rakuten, if you were to do 10 referrals a year, that's 300 extra dollars that you have just from referring people. Nothing else. And with that, within 5 years, that would be $1,500 that you just added to your goal that you did not have to do anything but have people sign up. So those are just ways to add to money when you if you have that $100,000 5 year goal. And once you start doing stuff like that, it becomes a habit. Like for me, using cashback apps is a part of my thinking when I'm shopping, especially since I have a lot of the extensions on my computer and on my phone. So if I'm going to buy something, it's going to either give me a coupon code, tell me where it's cheaper, or find a similar product that's cheaper. And that's why I love smart goals because again, it's let's see. I didn't change the screen. I have to be more organized, but it's all right. I'm a random person, so that's me. So yeah, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, and that can work with anything. Like when it comes to weight loss, if a person wants to lose a certain amount of pounds, I would say instead of going for the full amount initially, start off with a test amount. Like if you want to lose 50 pounds, start off with 10 pounds and then just look at everything that you're currently doing and see what you could change there depending on if it's your sugar intake, if it's your sodium intake that's causing bloating, which means excess water weight, which means higher numbers on the scale. That's one change. If it's I'm gonna start walking more and I want to eventually get to 10,000 steps a day, but I'm gonna start with 1,000 steps, and then each week I'm gonna add an additional 1,000 steps. And then that next thing you know, you're doing 10,000 versus I know like with us as people, when we have a goal based off of need or based off of want, we tend to want to dive in like a swimming pool. And that's good for a test run, but it's not good for the long term because sometimes we dive in and we get exactly what we want, right? But we didn't really prepare ourselves on how to maintain what we want. So it ends up being short lived because, like, I see all of the time, people will either do crash diets or do supplements or those teas that basically is nothing but laxative because anything with senna in it, senna is nature's laxative. So when people buying these skinny teas, if you see that senna is the ingredient, get your money back, baby. You can go to the store and get some senna tea for about $3, $4, and you can get anywhere from 10 to 40 bags. But with the weight loss thing, they'll dive in, and then they'll also include social media in it, which now has put you under peer pressure to maintain that goal, especially if you someone who think about what other people think about you, which is really not your business. But it puts that pressure on you. You lose the weight, then boom, you're not using the tea no more, or you're not on that crash diet no more, or you're not working out no more because you got to that weight. Now you feeling good. Now you going more places. And for people who drink, you drinking more. And if people don't know, when alcohol is in your system, your body is not burning any fat anymore. That's why people who drink a lot tend to gain weight, especially if they drink a lot and eat, because as long as alcohol is in your system, your fat burning part of your body is not working. It's working to get the alcohol out. And that's why for me, baby, me and alcohol broke up years ago. I don't drink at all. I don't have no views about people who do it, but I do feel like anything that we do, we need to know what it could do to us. Because a lot of people do those things, and then when the health consequences come, they're completely shocked. And it's like, you didn't have any idea that that could happen. That's like a smoker being shocked that they have cancer. No shade, because cancer ain't no joke. I mean, a lot of people getting cancer and they don't smoke and they don't do nothing. But you get my point. If you get my point. So you're giving out some great information. Thank you so much. And so when it comes back to the weight loss thing, when it comes to that, what ends up happening is you achieve the goal too quick, you let go of what got you to the goal, you go back to where you came from, or you might even gain more weight. Because I've seen some people get down to a really nice size and then they be like 5 times the person they was before. And now you having doubt about yourself, you upset with yourself, your self-esteem is low, you're embarrassed. A lot of people end up going on social media hiatuses because they've gained weight after that fitness journey. And now it's just, you worse off than what you started, which is so crazy because you felt like you needed to lose weight initially and you did it, and you felt the way about yourself before you lost the weight, but now that you lost the weight and gained it back, you feel way worse, like, which is so crazy. And that is why I am a advocate for SMART goals, because with SMART goals, it gives you time to learn things. Like for me, I never wait. I paused because I was about to lie. I was about to say I never had a goal for weight loss decades ago, but that's a different person. My credit has been reset. As far as like trying to rush it, but then once I took it as a marathon and not a race, that changed so much. Because for me, I grow as y'all can hear or know, I'm from New Orleans, and naturally the environments I'm in, as a kid, they loved the children who overate, and they would stuff you and stuff you and stuff you, and most children didn't want to overeat. But from me being a child that always tried to comply with the adults around me and never wanted to be an issue, I used to overeat. So overeating from childhood all the way to young adulthood, that's decades of a habit that I'm up against. As far as, okay, I want to eat cleaner. Okay, it's hard to eat cleaner because most nutritional food is lower in calories, which means we get hungry faster. So now I'm confused with the sped up hunger. And then from there, it's like, okay, I thought I ate a meal because I'm used to eating 2 to 3 meals a day with the regular food, but with the nutritional food, I'm making the same amount, but it's not enough. Which means that while I'm driving to work, or if I'm at work, or if I'm somewhere around food, I'm starving now, which is crazy. I'm starving within 2 to 3 hours, and now I'm ending up eating fast food, which then threw me off the goal now. So now it's like, okay, I tried to eat healthier, and it ended up making me eat more than what I would have ate. I lost weight living my best life after my husband passed. I allowed everything to go downhill. Now I'm got to a point I want to claim my health back. Being older, these fast crash is not good for me. I'm so sorry for your loss, Pepper, and you definitely have my condolences. And when it comes to situations like that, it's good that you have the mindset of wanting to overcome what you experiencing, because those types of things impact us for the rest of our life, losing a very close loved one. And it can take us down so many different paths. So that's good that you still have your eyes on the prize, and you are aware that, you know, you want to get closer to the prize. And, but you are the prize, by the way, but you want to get closer to the prize as far as your goals and things that you want to do. And I also find that when it comes to us as people, we think about getting to know other people, but we have to get to know ourselves more too, because there are so many small details about ourselves that from we don't even realize that we have. And then when you even zoom in on that, we can see where different things come from. Like for me, when I went on a self discovery journey, I noticed so many small behaviors that I have that are like my family members. And it never was an issue because for me, most people enjoy the brunt of my personality. So they don't notice the little small things or they not nitpicking on it. But for me, just because people ain't saying nothing about it doesn't mean that I'm not going to change it. Like the instance of one behavior was the fact of I was always so sad. I was raised that when you close with people, you're supposed to talk all the time. And as children, that's cute because children don't have anything going on unless you in athletics or something or extracurricular. And so, it was a normal thing. And then with family members, okay, you love your grandma, call your grandma every day, or call your grandma every week, or call this person all of the time. So that mindset took me into adulthood to where in my younger 20s, I really used to wake up and text everybody on my phone, good morning, have an awesome day, because I wanted to be so close to everyone and I wanted everyone to know that, oh my God, I'm here for you, and oh my God, I support you. And when it wasn't reciprocated or when it wasn't received properly, then that meant that, oh, they don't like you. Oh, they don't really mess with you like that. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And no one knew that but me in my head because I played it off pretty good. And that's why in my teens and 20s, I just went on a Pokemon journey of friends, like, gotta befriend them all. Because it's like, okay, if this one friend ain't giving me enough attention, let me get another friend. Okay, they giving me enough attention, I'm gonna ride with this friend, but then they don't like doing certain things. So let me go make a friend here. Until I learned that everything don't have to be friendship as far as with people. And I also learned that communication is one thing, but actions mean more than communication. And that's just one of the many behaviors that will drain you every time. Definitely, that was one of the many behaviors, and it's just amazing how I went from being a social butterfly party animal to being someone who had to understand that this whole time I've always been a loner, which is so crazy because it makes sense now when I think about all of the different thoughts and feelings I had about being in certain environments or doing certain things. And that's the beauty in us getting to know ourselves because we might find that we like certain things or a certain song brightens our mood so strongly to where if we feeling bad, we can always go to that song or a certain show might make us feel a certain way or a certain food. Like for me, I noticed that like with my clean eating is not I don't eat clean to eat clean. Like some people use health as a a bragging right thing. Like, oh yeah, y'all, because I be eating clean and y'all be eating dirty. Not really for me. For me is my self journey helped me discover the reactions my body have to certain foods. Like, for instance, for me, usually a chill person. I'm not in no intense environments, but doing that call center stuff, I'll notice that if I take a lunch break and I go to Opelousas Chicken and Seafood, which is shrimp fried rice, chicken kebabs, egg rolls, meat pies, crawfish pies, the works. I wouldn't get all of that, but I get like maybe a chicken and shrimp plate, which comes with shrimp fried rice, and maybe an egg roll. Every now and then, if I'm feeling jazzy, I might get a slice of cheesecake. Then boom, I come back from lunch. Before lunch, the calls might have been angry people because in Medicare they be doing the seniors so dirty. So I never take personal when the seniors be upset as far as like coming at you whatever way they want to come because that's these people livelihood, that's their health, and they looking at the phone call as a talking to the company that's doing them wrong. They ain't looking at it as you as an individual person. So I don't take that personal. However, after eating junk food, when I come back from lunch, and them same people that I was dealing with for 4 hours and didn't mind and didn't feel no way, after I ate junk food, I'm so irritable, and it's like, but I'm not irritable outwardly, and that's what I love about me. Most people don't be knowing my emotion in my head because it don't translate outwardly. Like if I'm irritable and you come around me, you would never know because you didn't make me irritable. I'm about to communicate with you in whatever way we regularly communicate, and then that's that. But I noticed when it came to dealing with angry people, I didn't have the restraint after eating junk food because it's like it took something away from me. It's very strange. And I noticed that, and that's why for me, I still do eat out. Like as y'all can see, I go to Piccadilly and stuff like that, some often and Chick-fil-A and all of this stuff. But I have to be selective of the texture. If it's fried, it has to be completely drained and like of the grease. It can't be fried to where it's fried and you getting grease in your mouth as you eat. And I prefer green vegetables. I find that eating green vegetables often helps a whole lot. Yes, we do, Pepper. And but our body know us too. One thing about our body, I think that it's so many different moving parts to us being humans that science probably know about it, and it's somewhere in the book, them little 1,000-page book scientists be writing. But it's so many things that we don't be knowing. Like, did y'all know that scientifically it's proven that our heart and our body emits an electromagnetic field that can be felt up to 20 feet away? So when we around people and we saying people have bad vibes, now some people may use it in vain, but in general, vibes can be felt actually, and that is why kids and animals are able to react to certain people's personalities. And you might have the sweetest puppy or the cutest little kitten in the world that loves everybody. But when there's one person come around, maybe it might be somebody you've been dating or someone from work that you brought to an event. And that little sweet puppy or sweet kitten go to snapping like Thanos because they know the vibes are like with certain babies. It might be a happy baby, but this one person, like it made me think about that video. I don't know if y'all seen it. I have it in my phone, but I didn't want to post it on here because I'm like that might be too much. Of the baby being christened and christened. I don't even know how to. I don't use that word in real life. I might be saying it wrong. Forgive me. And the priest, the whole time the priest talking to the baby is clicking out. Granted, the baby is in the parents or godparents' hand, but the baby is clicking out at the presence of the priest to the point the priest went to grabbing the baby screamed louder, then the priest slapped the baby and then still tried to coddle the baby, and the baby was just screaming. And that kind of scream that baby was letting out, from me having nieces and nephews and a lot of babies I've helped raise, that cry was not a regular cry. That cry was a cry of fear, which is crazy because the baby was screaming before the man even slapped him, which is crazy that he slapped him. I don't know. And I was shocked that the people in the video, you could see their facial expressions in shock. But for me, my reflexes, if somebody's harming a woman or a child around me, especially mine, not just any, because I don't get in people's business, but if it's my, like women or children in my presence, that's my people, if somebody raise a hand to them, my left arm is going to go to the moon and back in a split second. And I won't even know what happened. I'll be to knock somebody out because they hit a child. It's like, dang, you know. So back to the vibe thing or whatever. It's like, it's really real. And I find that sometimes too, if we have a good relationship with our intention, intuition, if we have a good relationship with our intuition, the more that we build a relationship with our intuition, the stronger it gets, to the point to where you literally, if your intuition has the latest software update and you have your intuition in sport mode, baby, the stuff your intuition will tell you. Good morning, Daily Sips with Jazzy J. The dog wouldn't have hunting that day. Yeah, and it's like, intuition is not no joke, but depending on if you are overthinker or not, I would recommend like praying if that's your thing, meditating or whatever your thing is, to ease your mind and quiet your own thoughts. Because some people with like who overthinkers, but then they end up overthinking the correct thing. They be thinking that that's intuition and it's not. And you never want to get your own thoughts mixed up with intuition because it will have you acting like someone who needs a straight jacket. For real. But it's very accurate. Like even for me, like with my intuition, it'll be certain days to where I'll just be doing my regular thing and I'll get the strong urge to not do something or don't go here or make a left instead of a right, or if GPS telling me to do this, don't do that. And literally every single time it's always something. And it was right. And I listened. Younger me didn't listen, and baby, it used to be some stuff happening. Younger me will say, "Don't go down that road." I go down that road, and then I get a blowout because I hit. It was construction. They didn't pick the nails up. I hit a tire. The speed I'm going, put the pressure on. Hit a tire, hit a nail. The speed I'm going, put pressure on the nail. Boom, explosion. But so it's definitely something to keep up with, or even like I noticed too, people who parents or people who have like a strong bond with someone, you then kind of have a connection with them because anyone who I'm connected to, I always know when they think about me. Like literally, if a person think about me, I'll text them, and I don't be thinking about them because I don't think about people, unfortunately. And they'll be like, "Oh my God, I was just thinking about you." Like literally, people who've known me for decades, that is the thing. I'm always calling and texting when they talking or think about me, and it don't be regular like, oh, we talk every week, we talk every day. No, it could be somebody I ain't talked to in 6 months, but then the moment they thought about me, or like when I had Instagram, they would say, "Oh, I was just scrolling your page." I know I could feel it because for me, when you really clear your mind, the environment around us speaks to you. That's why nature is so healing because nature is alive. It's all alive, and it heals you, and nature itself, like plants, trees, flowers, bushes, all them things, they innocent except for vines and poison ivy. So to be in an environment surrounded by peace and innocence and things from the earth, which we are part of the earth, when we die and if we decompose, we basically become back part of the earth in natural processes. So it's like clearing our mind leads to so much, and then also to tie that up with smart goals, when your head is clear, we are able to navigate distractions more. Like I notice, I hope none of y'all have this as far as friends or family or anybody around y'all, but I notice that there are people out there, when you make a goal public, they will actually try to derail your goal. You can get on social media today and say, "Hey y'all, I just joined this gym and I'm hopeful that I'm going to lose 50 pounds in however long, And the friend or person, we just going to say character, whoever the character is to you, will see that post. And then suddenly this person wants to invite you to every buffet. They want to go to every Popeyes. They want to go to every 50 cent wings. Or if you someone who share it with people, or a person notices that you abstaining from alcohol, baby, that person gonna want to go to every happy hour, or even go so far as to, if y'all out somewhere with other people, they know you're not drinking, but then they gonna offer you a drink in front of other people, and then, "Oh, my bad, I forgot you ain't drinking," which then means that the other people, if they already intoxicated, you about to get peer pressure from every angle. So it's like when it comes to us having our mind clear and being able to reflect on a lot of things. That's why I don't tell nobody nothing. Me either, Jazzy. Anything I'm telling people, like they have to understand, it's probably a whole village of more information that is not included with that. So yeah, no, I believe everything should be surface level. And it's so sad, Jazzy, but even like I love my mother so much, but I realize that I can't really tell her much of anything because she is programmed of to be family to the end, as far as certain details about myself that I've shared with her. And it's not details like nothing secret. It's just stuff that you are not going to know unless I tell you. And she took it up on herself certain times. Like, okay, let's just use examples. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm unfiltered over here. So basically, I've had like a million surgeries from that injury 2 years ago. And when I was having one of them, I told her, because from her being someone who I talk to regularly, from her being older and me checking on her and visiting her as much as I can, I told her I was gonna have a surgery just in case it would have been one of the ones that had me out of commission for a few days, and so she wouldn't worry, because she lives in a different state, and I live out here in Louisiana, but and most of my family out here. But again, family ain't family to me. In my family, I definitely see beautiful families. I am an added member to a lot of people families, so I do have family, but my fam is not the fam. She took it upon herself to tell him, and I'm like, hold up. I don't even talk to them. Why is you telling them stuff like that? You be secretive and where in the world is Carmen Sandiego with even the smallest details of your life. And I never share nothing you tell me to anybody. If people know stuff about you, you told them or you told somebody who told them. I'm a person that if you tell me something, no matter who you are, if you tell me something confidential or something that is legally confidential, if it's protected by a law or you tell me it's confidential, I'm gonna hold that for you. I'm not gonna mention it to nobody, and that's why I don't even talk about people with people, because that's how you end up being in situations where people think that you told their business or you slip and tell their business because you discussing somebody that ain't there. For me, especially if it's a messy bitch, I ain't discussing nobody with nobody. Ask them how so and so been. I don't know. So back to that with my mama thing is like, she told him about it, and it's like, I can't trust you with no information. So even if I have goals going on or positive things, and that's what I find in my life. Like, sir, I can't. Yes, love Jazzy, love to gossip so bad to the point to where it's a reflex for them. Like, one of my family members that I ignore regularly, because I always tell them, once you get to gossiping, I'm gonna stop responding to you, and I'm gonna need you to just don't reach out to me for weeks. Like, let some time pass. This person will always don't say good morning, don't say how you doing, don't even know if I'm alive. We people die so quick. It be paragraphs about people, and I'm like, I'm not even engaged in this. Like, this is so messy. Like, she telling me all of this about these people. First of all, I don't talk to them. If I don't mess with you, I don't care about you. I don't hope nothing bad happened to you, but I don't care if it does. Sorry, but it's like stuff like that, and a lot of us have people like that around us, and we feel like, for me, I woke up one day. Good morning, Crystal. Thank you for joining. I definitely don't tell no one in my family anything. Me either. Finally got some sleep last night. Woo, that's good. I love good sleep. Jazzy, for me, it's crazy because ever since I got hurt offshore, basically the elephant in the room is that, oh, he about to get paid. Now, granted, I am nowhere near done with all of this stuff. Like, it's still a process that has to be done. But whether or not I get paid, that really does not matter, because before I was paid, I was always looking out for them, and they messed over it. And then anytime I had times in life where my situation was getting the best of me, it's like they were not there. Like, they literally, when I was down, they didn't kick me when I was down. They put a picnic table on my head and had a feast. So for me, it's not no anger about it. I don't feel no way because it is what it is. However, let's move on in a way. It's not like they love that it's still your family, it's still your family. Baby, excuse my language, y'all. I know it's Sunday, but on Soul Food, what Terry said, oh, F the family. I let the family in the house, and what the family do? F my husband. The family F my husband. Fate F my husband. Exactly. Exactly. And sometimes I feel like Terry, but I'm not gonna be Terry, because I'm not about to take care of a bunch of broke people who are entitled, because if I never had what I had to take care of people, y'all would still be alive anyway. So it's like, that's stupid to see me get more and then all of a sudden you want more. If you wanted more, you would be striving and trying. And like I always say, if somebody's trying, I'm gonna be your best friend. I love a person who's trying, not saying they're trying, not alluding to trying. I need to see action. Dimples, they pocket watch hard. They pocket watch hard. Wait, Crystal, you feel bad? Let me see. I didn't see that. Finally got some sleep last night. Oh, yes, she did. I love me some. I love soul food. I love soul food, and then I love waiting to exhale. When I about to say Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson must be talking about me. When Angela Bassett said, get your stuff, and get out." I don't know why I like that so bad. She did that. I feel like she deserved every award for that. But yeah, with the family thing, it's like, for me, Thankfully, nobody ever did me nothing like how people be doing stuff to kids and stuff. But basically, the stuff that certain people in my family have done me, if somebody in the streets would have did that, I would have smoked them. I'm not gonna hold you, or less, or worse. I don't know. So to tell me that I need to still communicate with a person who is able to do all types of evil stuff to me, and because we're family, like that is insanity. And for me, it's not like I'm making it a big deal or I'm picking at the people or I keep reminding them of what they did. The only reason what they did come up is the fact of me stating to my mother, like, I get that you are a mother, I get that you want your children close, I get that you claim you love people, but what y'all have to understand is that y'all don't operate like a family. So why would y'all want me to be a part of a dynamic that don't exist? Y'all don't come through for each other. I see so many people with cousins and sisters able to do stuff like girls, and all of the bros and cousins do stuff like boys. Y'all don't do none of that. Y'all just want me around for accessibility, but y'all so slow, y'all don't know how to present it in a more manipulative way. So y'all doing it direct, like, yeah, we messed up. Yeah, we do this to you. Yeah, we do that, but we love you and we your family. Baby, love should have brought you home last night. Like, let me see. I love me some soul food. They was cooking all that good food. Some of their food look good, but a lot of it just look like it's like eat and then fall asleep and have gas all day. Hallelujah. Holly Berry, hallelujah, Dimples. Yesterday I was. Oh, Crystal, what was wrong? I know for me, I just noticed that my allergies kicked in because them people was cutting grass and they didn't blow it away like they usually do. So grass was all over my car and I guess I inhaled some of it. And I'm allergic to grass. So shout out to me. Yesterday I was. That's why I can't rock with my sister. She wants somebody to take care of her and she older than me. Jazzy, are we siblings? Because baby, I'm the youngest child, but I'm the only one who take care of my mama. My brother, he don't mess with them. He just come around when he want to live off of them. And my three sisters, they basically just live paycheck to paycheck. But every time they get lump sums of money, they blow it on dumb shit. Like somebody got money during COVID time, and instead of them stacking it and or fixing up their car that they had for like 1 grand, and then letting the money grow, they bought a used car that's a lemon with the money that they got, and so they're broke. But right, Angela Bassett said this motherfucker psycho. I love Angela Bassett in that movie and the movie Why Did I Get Married? Why did I get married? Why did I get married? Which movie is Why Did I Get Married? The one with Jill Scott and all of them in there? Um, nah, it don't work like that. I had something bad. Oh, it was bad food. If you ever have bad food, if you didn't do it already, try to keep up your electrolytes and drink a lot of water because whenever we feel sick, the first thing our body do is expel most of the water to try to get some of the bacteria out, and it ends up leaving us dehydrated, which is its own situation. Let's see. It started when I drank coffee and used the same creamer. Oof, oof. I don't like dairy. Jesus Christ, I had something bad. Nah, it don't work like that. Yeah, it definitely does not work like that, Jazzy. And that's the thing. But my thing with my people is that they don't know how to be cordial. My people are extremists. So either we beefing or we besties. Like literally, I had somebody in my family. I think what's gonna happen with YouTube is that if I loosen up like I'm doing now, that's what's gonna take me for. So I had somebody in my family, right? I wanted to go out one night when I was back from offshore, which when you work offshore and you got po family, baby, every time you come home from offshore and they find out they chasing you like Santa Claus taking pictures at the mall. So this is around the time when I was just so hell bent on loving people through their flaws. Like family is all I have, and if everyone leaves me in the streets, family is all I have. So even if they're messed up, I need to stick by them. So I ended up going see a family member, and they asked me what I was doing. Which with my family, never tell them what you're doing after you about to go. Don't tell them where you coming from, and don't tell them where you going. Because if you tell them where you at, they about to ask you to stop and get something. And if you tell them where you going, it's either can I go with you or can I have some money since you're going there, and it takes money to go there. So let's see. Why did I get married? Was the one where Angela always yelling Marcus' name. That's not Angela. That's Tasha Smith. That's Cash Doll's sister. Let them know I would be hiding from them, and they was on the train. So Jazzy, I don't really hide. I just blatantly ignore them, and I had already told them. So yeah, so I told the person I was going to a bar where my cousin work at, which is a different cousin, but where my cousin work at, and so they told me that their child, which he was like almost a young adult, was going to a birthday party across the river. So me being super family member, I'm like, oh well, How about I drop the child off at the party, go to the bar, chill with my cousin, because I'm not gonna really be drinking at the bar. Like at that time, I would do like the little mini bottles of Chardonnay, because with liquor just used to. At that time, I was on a liquor break, so it was just wine. So they took it upon themselves to invite themselves to go to the bar with me, which meant they also was gonna go to drop off the child, right? So we do that, and while I'm at the bar, like for me, if I'm in the environment and it was on the train, that movie was ghetto. The train. And why did I get married? I thought why did I get married was when Sheila went up the mountain to save her marriage. I don't know. Yes, I love that movie too. I love all Angela Bassett movies, and like her, Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, who else? Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, all of them, and Aretha Franklin. All of them are my aunties and grandmas in my head because they remind me of my grandma who passed that I love so much, and my auntie and a few other people. I think the train was part two. Part two, part two, part two. Part two had a lot going on. That's when old boy had got plowed, and then everybody was screaming. But so we go drop the person off at the party, right? So at this time, well, for me, if people don't know, I have a very strong memory, especially if it's something that I'm actively doing. Now, granted, if you tell me something, I may not remember that depending on what it is, but anything that I'm a part of, I remember very well. Like every concert I went to, I could tell you where I parked, the walk there, etc. So we dropped that person off. And I also put it in GPS because I always use GPS wherever I go, even if I know where I'm going, because GPS can tell you if somebody wrecked. Some people tell you when there's objects in the road. Some people can also on GPS. Apple Maps rarely do it, but every now and then Apple Maps will be like police ahead, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. So I remember where we went, and then I also have the address in my GPS. So from there, we go to the bar, and I'm being a social butterfly like I always do. Thank you, Dimples. I really do though. When I be thinking about stuff, I be like, damn, I remember all of that, and I really do. And then even if I have pictures of stuff, like how I know I got pictures from certain things in my phone, I'll recall the memory to test my memory out, and then I look at the picture to verify. Like, did I have that outfit on? Was I in front of this place? Stuff like that. But I also do a lot of reading and a lot of brain work to keep my brain active and things like that. And also not drinking too, but drinking never made me forgetful. Keep that part in mind too. So in Walmart parking lot. For me, I don't lose my car places, but sometimes if I go there often enough, like at the gym, I usually park in the same spot. But every now and then, if I don't have that same spot, I'll initially come out and head in that direction and to be like, dude, your car ain't even over there. Dude, where's my car? And, no, I know what you mean, Dimples. I know what you mean, memory and stuff like that. So we get to the bar. It's a small bar. I think the name of it was the Hideaway. Not the Hideaway. That's Treme Hideaway. It was something, but it's closed because them little mini bars always close because they don't stay open long because I guess they're not making enough money or the owner don't know how to reinvest in their business. Different. Let me stop. So I'm talking to different people. It was two women in there. I was dancing with them, talking to them. My sister. Well, I already said who it is. I'm just not gonna say it no more. I slipped to say who it was. That's why you should be lying. But the family member, I guess I noticed that too with them. When we go out, if I well when we used to go out, because that's dead and gone. That will never happen. Rest in peace to that. So whenever I went out with this person, which is crazy because they're considerably older than me, we really don't have that much in common. But I guess from them seeing how lit I was on Instagram with my little 13K followers, they wanted to do that. But also too, a lot of people in my family have trouble keeping friends to where they don't be having no friends. Like with me, I have friends, but I don't consider people friends. So if anything, I could donate friends. With them, they be lonely and wanting friends, but they don't know how to maintain friendships because they're not good people. So from there, I think me talking to people was kind of riling her up a little bit or whatever. And the dancing and stuff like that, and she just sitting there, and I'm looking like, okay, you asked to come out with me. I would happily dance with you and entertain you too, but you're acting strange, like you sitting with your arms crossed, like if somebody gonna try to pickpocket you or something. And I only had too many bottles of Chardonnay, which at that time I was pushing 300 pounds. So if you know how alcohol and weight work, you know that a person who big, especially a man, and not to mention I had eaten pretty well and things like that. So, and also too, another thing I used to do when I would drink is have an energy drink before I drink and have one after to so the caffeine could keep my awareness up. Even though, like for me, really wasn't drinking that much, and I also used to let time pass before I get back in my car so that I could detox. So keep all of this in mind. So finally, hours pass, and she get a text or a call saying that the person that we dropped off, which was her kid, he was passed out. And I'm like, okay, now keep this in mind. Like, yo, I gotta wait, let me sip this water and put this down. Keep this in mind too, because this story is not gonna make no sense, right? So from there, I'm like, oh crap, my family member somewhere passed out. For me being a drinker, I'm like, that's my worst fear, because that happened only once in my life. Was it once? Probably. Yeah, it had to be once, because that time I'll never forget that. But other than that, like that's scary. But one of his cousins was supposed to be there with him, and that's who let the person know, the family member know that their child was passed out. So I'm like, okay, it's an emergency. We need to leave. So we go to leave. This is when it start, because with this person, anytime that they gonna start their shit, they set the stage for it. So when they saying and doing certain things, you got to pay attention to that one person. That's why I'm really careful to be around them, because I don't want to feel like I have to pay attention to everything somebody do. If we like one thing I love about people that I'm close to, we are safe space to each other. I'm so safe that I get comfortable. It's the equivalent of me taking my shoes off when I come inside. That's how comfortable I am with them kind of people. So if I'm around somebody that I gotta watch your actions or check the temperature and see which person you are today, I don't like that. So from there, we supposed to be going to pick up this person's child. Your child is passed out somewhere, right? Why she won't stop and get food from this 24-hour place? Rest in peace to Conoco. Conoco used to have the best breakfast plates in Gretna. It's good food for a low price. Get an old fat plate. But Conoco around club hours is packed. If you don't call in your order, or if you don't have something quick like grits and the LaFula eggs, you're gonna be waiting about 30 minutes, if that. So the gas station was so packed with that people park at the gas pumps because they didn't have no parking. So I'm thinking, okay, the child is passed out somewhere, and we stopping to get food. And granted, she didn't offer me nothing. Granted that, like generally, the whole thing about people who supposed to rock with people, we do for each other. We go out to eat. If I invite you, I pay, which I love paying because most of my friends are women anyway. So I feel like chivalry is not dead, and I always try to treat women the way that I feel like they should date men who treat them like that. I try to set the standard, and that's why men are always intimidated by me, which is funny, but different story. So finally, she come out, and then she like, you need to let me drive. I'm like, let you drive for what? I'm not letting you drive my car, because that person has road rage. That person always make fun of other people for having accidents, but that person cannot keep a car, a job, a man, nothing. Anyways, so from there, we headed that way. And remember, I remembered where it was because I dropped him off, and also my GPS. So we get there. I park. As we pulling up 2 blocks ahead, I see they got NOPD sitting with their windows down. I have no idea what they're doing, but that is the 7 ward, so you just never know. But their windows are down. Mind you, the person there is not 21. The person who passed out, they are not 21. So just keep that in mind as well. It's a lot to be keeping in mind. But so I immediately see them in the bushes, people. The bushes, like real bushes, passed out to where like they in the bushes, but you could like they imprint is in the bushes, so you could see it when you first walk up. For me, I remember this person as a newborn, so it felt like somebody punched me in my stomach because this person is not 21. We already to the point of you going places and passing out. Like, please don't let this be your future. Because I started drinking at 12 because of the fact of my sixth grade graduation. They served champagne at the graduation party, and I had no idea it was champagne. I thought it was Sprite at first. Then I thought it was maybe like how when McDonald's give you Sprite, but it don't have the flavoring. That's what it tasted like. So for me, being robbed of not being able to drink at the proper age, and I did that hurt me that he was in that position. So I immediately go over there and pick him up. Now, granted, keep in mind I'm doing all of this stuff. So as soon as I pick him up, he woke up from whatever and started throwing up. Next thing you know, the person is like, "Put him in the car. Let's go. Put him in the car. Let's go." And I'm like, "Could you please stop yelling? We just passed the police." Not to mention, he's throwing up. I'm not putting him in my car while he's throwing up. You need to go knock on that front door, ask them. Now, granted, he's passed out in the grass. Why everybody's still in the party? So again, she needed to go knock on that front door, get their attention, and ask them to bring out water. So once she did that, they did come out, and I was thanking the people for helping because they were being very helpful when the person whose child this is not being of any help at all. She's screaming, yelling, all of this stuff. So in between the time of him throwing up and the people getting water, time I don't know how much time is passing because in emergencies you more focused on the emergency than the time. So at this point, as good as she felt, this lady decides to order a Uber, which so happened to be somebody she knew because New Orleans is small like that. And at that point, the people from the house, she must have asked them for a garbage bag or something. She got a garbage bag. She put the garbage bag across the back seat, and she threw him in the car. Like she snatched him from me because from him being older, but he was slender, and from her being like a sumo wrestler, it was nothing for her to throw him in the back of the car, and then they sped off. So for me, I'm feeling stupid because I'm in the 7th ward. My hotel, because again, I was in town from offshore. My hotel is in on the West Bank. What the hell am I doing in the 7th ward to be left? And not to mention the one who was passed out, his cousin came out there and was recording and laughing at him. And I yelled at the cousin and told him, "Why would you do that? These are people. These are strangers to your cousin. This is gonna be embarrassing for him. Why are you recording him? Delete that. Do not put that on the internet." Keep that in mind as well. So I leave. I'm emotional because at this time I was battling with the idea of family. Like I've been tired of them, but it's like this shit is getting out of control. Keep being in situations. I'm so tired of this. How do I keep being in this? I don't even have these type of things with friendship. Like how some people be having messed up friends who do evil stuff to them. Shout out to all of my friends, past and present. Let me think before I say this. Past and present. Yeah, I don't really think I had a friend that really just did nothing blatantly crazy to me. Like blatantly crazy. It may be more of a disagreement, or in my instance, when I was friendlier, a lot of people used to be mad that I was cool with people that they was beefing with, but the beef would start after I was cool with them. It wouldn't be before. Like I was never that person. So I'm crying or whatever, and I get back to my hotel and I'm venting in the car on the phone, crying and just saying stuff, and I meant all of it to that person's sister, and it was like wow. So then I went to get my wallet because for me, I didn't have my wallet on me in the bar. What I used to do if I go to places in New Orleans when I was a drinker, I would get the amount of cash I need, like depending on, or sometimes I just get a random amount just to hold me, wrap it around my ID, put that in my pocket. That way I don't lose my wallet, because it's so easy to lose your wallet, especially if you somewhere where people might pickpocket you or drinking or whatever. So I go to open my wallet. I mean, open my wallet. I go to open my glove compartment, y'all. Why it's a Glock in my glove box? A Glock. I don't think YouTube should trip over that because Glock ain't. They don't know what a Glock is. It's a Glock in my glove compartment. A Glock. I am not a firearm owner by any chance. So I'm already sad about being left in front of a house that I didn't have to be at and driving back alone when I wanted to make sure they got home safe and I just wanted him to finish throwing up. I wasn't trying to not I didn't say he couldn't get in the car, but who y'all tell me if somebody is throwing up in the act of throwing up, are you going to pull them in your car while they're throwing up? Anybody who would do that, let me know. And then I need to talk to you and I'm gonna call your doctor. So it's a gun in the car. So from there, I was just so overwhelmed. I went in the hotel room, took a shower, went to sleep. I woke up the next day, and it's a text message from the person who threw their son in the car while he throwing up, and who left they Glock that they didn't even tell me. Keep in mind, we had just passed the police. So if when I was leaving, if the police heard that commotion that she was making with her loud mouth, which her excuse is always that's how I talk, because she talks very loud, but that's not there is no person who regularly talks that loud. She must have a hearing issue, her ears might be clogged, or she might just be a little slow, because my family, they got a lot of slow people. So she texts me the next day and say, "Are you feeling better?" In her true fashion, because she's the type of person she'll do you some dirty stuff and hit you up the next day, and it's all you. Yeah, I did that to you, but I did it to you because you did that, and this, and this. Like, you love me and care about me, but you have no boundaries with how far you would go with me. For me, if I love somebody, there are so many boundaries. I will never put my hands on you. I will never put you in a place of harm in public. I will never embarrass you. Like, when I care about people, I care about them like I care about myself. And clock that to you. A lot of people don't be loving and caring themselves. So when they telling you that they love you, don't believe it because they don't know what that is. They love the idea of love, but they don't have love in their heart. They hateful. So she texts me, "Am I feeling better today?" And I'm like, feeling better. There's a Glock in my glove compartment that I was never aware of. I never was given the option of consenting to you having that in my car. Not to mention, if we at the bar, you left it in the car, what was the point of you having a Glock on you? You are not 50 Cent in his prime. Nobody's coming for you. You didn't have to bring a gun when you with me because we wasn't going nowhere unsafe. And not to mention, again, it was a waste because it was in the car. So if anything was gonna happen, if a car would have been stolen or somebody broke in the car, you would have just put an extra a Glock on the street. So from there, I um I bought it to her and then I blocked her. And then from there, so why? I didn't mention this. I don't tell my mama none of this because my mama is older. She's older and she's at the age to where if something is shocking enough to her, it could send her blood pressure up or it could send something. You know, it could hurt her basically. So I don't tell her anything of that type of stuff, especially when it comes to family, because my family literally has drama all of the time. Like Zeus Network could fill up all of they spots with my family drama. So from there, my mama called me with the story. Y'all won't guess what the story was that person told my mama. They told my mother that they took me and the person in their car. We were in their car, and from there, they bought me. No, they bought them to the that party, and then we went to the bar together. So now the story has changed, y'all. Their side of the story is that we rode in their car, and when we went to go get my nephew, they skipped the part about stopping for food. That didn't happen. And when we went to go get the person from off the ground, all of a sudden, I was the one screaming. I was the one panicking. I was the one rushing. And I'm like, so question. Because for me, I don't, when people lie on me, it don't happen too often, but in history, when they've lied on me, I don't go out my way to dispute lies. If you choose to believe it, that is your God-given right. And that's it. And we just gonna move on from there. I really be wishing when people feel like they need to lie on you, if you gotta lie on me, just stay away from me. I won't bother you. I won't stalk you. I am not that person that be looking at people old pages or still watching your snaps. Nothing like that. You don't have to worry about me. When I tell you you don't exist to me no more, you don't. Except for family, because they're gonna keep trying to exist. So I told my mama, like, okay, so with that story being told, I have a question. If all of that happened, if we rode in her vehicle, why was her Glock in my glove compartment? How did it get there? And where was my car when all of this was going on? And if if she drove us there, how did she end up in the Uber with somebody that she knew? Like so, but this is the type of stuff that these people do. So that's just one situation, guys. So just imagine if any situation, and because when my people they so toxic that if you're around them, they're gonna start something. So like for me, they are aware of certain things that I don't like. They will purposely mention that in hopes that I react so that they can say or do something completely outlandish and it's justified. And it's like, but this is the people that the society tells us they're still your family. And when you tell people that you don't mess with certain family members, they have people that look at people crazy who do that. But for me, I don't really care. Anything I do, I don't care what people think about it because I'm doing it for me. Like if I lived for other people, I would be unhappy like the rest of society. I would be designer down. I would have this luxury vehicle that has no features that I like, that has probably $300-400 oil changes. I would basically use all of my 750 credit score, which that ain't even the brag because people, whatever, and borrow the max amount of money and go on out of the country trips every week or every month. I would still have my Instagram. Well, I have a Gulf of Mexico Instagram too. If y'all want to see ocean footage, type in Gulf of Mexico and add an extra O on Mexico. And that's my page that I made when I was offshore. I still use it to repost other people, but all of that footage on there is taken by me of the ocean. But back to but yeah, so if I really lived for other people, I would be miserable. I would be so miserable. I would be on every scene because you got to be on the scene to stay relevant. I would show up to every one event. I would get the biggest gifts for people who don't even like me because I want to impress them. I would be at the gym kikiing like the gym bros do with all of the other people missing their side teeth, holding up the gym equipment, which is crazy. Like it's so much, and I think like we think about slavery as the physical form, but mental slavery is real and it's still around. Like a lot of us, because I've been there, have been mental slaves to things that we didn't ask for. Like, yeah, I used to get a lot of slack for not messing with my sister. I just tell them you go deal with her then. Exactly, and they'll tell you to deal with people that they don't deal with because I have somebody who don't talk to the people at all and be telling me why you don't talk to them, and it's like, okay, so from there we be a slave to so many different things. Like people who have went to college for degrees that they were never interested in because their family wanted them to do it or their family made them to do it. Or people who have a job that they hate, but either the people at work made them feel like they not worth nothing, so they're afraid to apply for a new job. They letting the negativity on the internet about the economy make them think, oh well, the economy bad, I ain't gonna find a job. But you never looked. And that's the point of slavery. The stuff be the resources be right outside of your comfort zone, but slavery has you chained to where you can't reach it. Like mental cages are the worst cages to be in. If you tie an elephant around a tree, that elephant gonna make a circle, and if you cut the rope, that elephant gonna continue making that circle because the elephant has made that in their mind that they're trapped. Proven fact. So, or like even slavery to friendships. You might have a person that you've grown to despise over the years, but the fact that y'all friendship has two digits to it, you feel like you would be a failure, or that would be you would be looked at as a person who unreliable if you left that friendship. Or maybe like for shout out to the people in my apartments. Maybe you live in my neighborhood. You moved in this neighborhood because of the rent prices and because it's new, but knowing damn well you can't afford it. And now within 3 months you got an eviction and a repo the same month because you literally could have paid half that rent down the street, but you chose to stay here because you got to stick with it. I can't back out now. Like mental slavery comes in so many different forms, so many different forms, and that's a part of the self growth that I'm talking about. Because the more we dive into ourselves, we gonna see good and bad things. We gonna see good, bad, ugly. We may even come to terms with situations that happened a long time ago where it was us versus somebody else, and we might even realize, oh shit, I might have started that, or I could have did this differently, or just different things like that. And I think once we get deeper into ourselves, we able to handle the world around us. Because if the inside of us is empty, we can't expect the outside to fill us up. Because if we empty, we only going to be in empty places. Like what we are is where we go, if you really think about it. Like mindset is really everything, and a lot of the different things that we tell ourselves, like affirmations and things, those are a good start, but we actually have to believe them for them to be effective. I find that a lot of people, they try to do manifesting, or they try to do law of attraction and all of this other stuff, but if you generally don't believe it, it's never gonna happen. Like, and that's a part of the mental slavery, because if we wishing for something but we really don't believe it, and we not moving like we could get it, we never gonna get it. If we sitting up here wanting to have six figures, but then that's the amount we spend every year, we never gonna have that, because we have a habit that we have to break. And some of us don't realize we have things as habits because we don't see it as that. Not to mention, we have a lot of people around us with bad habits, to the point to where bad habits ain't considered bad no more. Like I remember at one point, if you saw somebody and they smelled like alcohol, that was shameful. Or if you was drinking in the daytime and it was shameful. Now it's so glamorized. When I tell you all, every time I'm on Snapchat, it's at least one person a day driving with a full bottle, guzzling like if it's Gatorade while driving, like stuff like that. Like if you notice, the more that something negative becomes widespread, people people don't really, they not as caught up with it no more. Like a lot of people who watch all of those different people going home to the Lord online, when you see so much of that, after a while you become desensitized to it. Like especially them videos where stuff be happening, and instead of people running for cover, they recording it. Like even that video with it had a huge tornado. This man was in front of his door. The tornado probably was less than a block away from him. Luckily, it was going in a different direction. But he's standing in his door recording the tornado enough for something to come and hit him. When it comes to marijuana, I feel like they have good uses of it, but literally think, like for me, the way I look at it is that it's not the substance itself, it's the way it's used. Because when we look at prescription medicine can help people life better, get better, but then certain prescription medicines get on the street and it become an addiction to people who buying it. But for the person who needed it, they not out here scratching and at the bus stop looking like Shaggy the dog, wanting to try to buy more of it. So it's like it's not really the substances that's the problem. It's the people and the way they use it that's the problem. Same thing with money. They try to say money is the root of all evil. Money is a piece of paper with a promise on it. Money didn't do anything to people. What people do over money is the thing. Just like in certain third world countries, the same way that we act behind money, people act like that behind water and food. You thinking you safe in a third world country because you left your wallet at the hotel and you get robbed for your bottle of water. Like it's crazy. Like so it's really just the people. And I think too, one of the biggest things that society is missing is true community on a larger scale, because so many people are not realizing that anyone in power, in any form of power, the best way to maintain control is to keep the people under you divided. Because if you have a million people under you, but then they're divided, you don't have a million people under you. You have 100 people in this category. You have 1,000 people in this category. 10,000 people in this category, and the 10,000 people feel better than the 500 people. So if you doing wrong, your people ain't gonna never come together to come against you. That's why most jobs hate unions. So us as a society, we like when people complain about the way of the world, especially when it comes to politics. it's our fault. As a society, it's our fault. Yes, the people who doing the wrong, they're definitely wrong. But us as a society always wanting to fight over race. Now it's to the point people be beefing and fighting over artist people. I literally have seen so many fights between rap fans and pop fans and all of this other stuff, physically harming and almost, unaliving each other behind worshiping a celebrity. But they live in a neighborhood where the potholes ain't been filled up for 20 years because none of the neighbors like each other, and they don't call a councilman, they don't call a mayor, they don't call a representative, they don't send letters to the Senate office because everybody's divided. Literally, united we stand, divided we fall, and things like that. So wait, let's see. I want to put a picture. Wait, I have to. Y'all give me like 10 seconds. I gotta go do something right quick. Ooh, ooh. Hold it. Ooh. I'll be right back. Right back. Okay, I am back. Lord, I felt like that lady with the swollen neck, telling y'all I'm gonna be right back, and then I just disappear and run off with y'all money. But that's like with the vision. The vision is something that benefits people who want control, and also too, I really wish there was a way that I could discuss manipulation more because that's something that's going on a lot as well, and it even is all the way down to commercials. Like, and now that technology has all of these cookies and different things, to where when you looking at things, or if your phone catch you talking about something, you see it on your ads and things like that. Those things are real, and it don't just stop there. Like, it's manipulation on every level, even down to designs of stores. They design stores certain ways to make you spend money, and that's why certain things, like I noticed Target, they think they slick with having their groceries at the back of the store. That's so on your way to the groceries, you got to see all of these different end caps that's gonna tempt you to buy it, and your average impulse shopper is gonna feel like, oh, I need this and get it, which is cool. I mean, people do whatever with their money, but if it's somebody that's struggling with financial freedom, impulse buying is never going. I mean, but you can control your impulse buying. Like if you do controlled impulse buying to where you know that okay, every month I'm gonna have $100 to just get whatever or $200, then you'll be safe. But did y'all have any other topics or subjects or anything y'all wanted to talk about today? And I definitely appreciate y'all being here. And as y'all can see, in between when I get off live and try to figure out how to do all of this stuff, I be making sure I go look at all y'all content and things like that. And it's not even for me. What I like about y'all is that it's not forced. Like I actually like the stuff y'all be posting, and especially like if y'all dance or if y'all cook or whatever, I be talking to the screen like if y'all could hear me. Sometimes I say what I be saying to the screen in the comments, but if it's something funny, I just put laughing faces because it'd be too much to write. But I really like that for us, and I really see it for all of us, honestly, because in my wait, how old am I? In my in my 18 years of YouTube experience, I've never seen nothing like what we doing as far as us being connected with each other and supporting each other and things like that. And that's beautiful. And because especially as smaller people, because what we usually see is people get big and then meet other big people, and then you have all of the little falling outs like the different YouTube beefs between content creators and stuff like that. But I feel like starting off smaller together, it builds a more genuine connection, because when you big and you meet other big people, You may be genuine, but they may just be rocking with you for aesthetic, or they might see that your audience is a group of people that they don't have their attention, so they'll use you for their attention and stuff like that. Yeah, you really don't see that everyone considers their next person a threat. They do, but I mean, honestly, what they have to realize when it comes to things like content or even businesses, baby, it's enough people that's there to see it. Like, it's millions of people. I think they said billions, but millions of people online. So essentially, it's not really no competition unless somebody gonna be having 24-hour lives every single day, to where okay, I need my people on all 24 hours, and y'all can't have none of their time. It's so much time in the day. You could watch so many different content creators in one day. Especially if you watch YouTube while you working, or like I see people at the gym, they watch it while they working out and stuff. You could watch buku people. Or like for me, I'm a multitasker, so a lot of the times if I'm really really busy, I'll turn on YouTube on the TV and have it on the TV. Or like how with y'all, what I've been doing lately is looking at y'all videos on my TV, and if y'all have like long videos, I just play it. Let it play. Let it play. Yeah, internet beef is crazy because for me, I'm so peaceful and chill now, but all my life I had to fight. But no, as a kid, they taught us that if you have an issue with people, that y'all should go to fisticuffs. Like all that talking stuff ain't really about it. So for me, even though I don't live like that, I kind of look at people who go back and forth for too long and think like, if y'all have all of this anger, y'all need to release it, in a safe way, allegedly. But I can't do that. Like I might could give you maybe one or two responses, maybe three. But for me, I'm vicious with words though, so I'll be then obliterated whoever it is. However, I purposely don't engage with those types of interactions. It would take a lot, like, and that's the problem with that's my problem with people. Is for me, that's not my problem with people. I don't have issues with people, but the people I have problems with, my problem is that I let so much slide, like so much. Like some things I would let slide, people be like Jeremiah. So I let a lot slide. So once I put on my polo boots and my helmet of salvation, it is over. Because for me, if I get in that mode, I'm gonna end you. Not like violently, but like just if we doing disrespect, if you disrespecting me and you get me to that point and it's my turn to disrespect you, you violated. That's all. But honestly, what I like about the internet beef is that it shows us how deep victim mindset go. Because you'll see two people beefing, and both people will be bona fide victims, to the point to where when you hearing both sides, it's a very confusing situation. And it's like, if both of y'all saying y'all shot, but both of y'all the victim, then who had the Glock? Like that, it don't be no accountability in the situations. And then it's like they don't really be going at each other. They really be arguing their point in the court of public opinion. So it's like, it's entertaining though. Let me think about the latest. Like, don't y'all love? Good morning, Auntie. How you doing? Don't y'all love like people like Tasha K and all them different polarizing people? And when you see people around them, like for me, I did this. Like I did it with Kaya and T.S. Madison. I did it with Tasha K and Storm. I did it with a few people that I seen who toxic, and I'm like, watch they fall out. Watch they fall out. For some reason, it's like a train wreck for me. I love seeing toxic people fall out. I don't know why. I'm so sorry, because it's like a hobby, not a hobby, because I don't do it that often, but it's always entertaining because it's like both of them is toxic and both of them the victim, and they cool with each other. Let's see how long that lasts. And watch when they fall out, it be something petty, and it always be. I'm fine, At. I started the live about smart goals, and then from smart goals, I went into a story time about an abandoned Glock, and they deserve it. That's why. Yes, they do. They really do. But my thing is with those kinds of people, they go out their way to pretend to be somebody else in the beginning. That'd be the crazy thing. And then as time go on, they mask slowly peel off. And by that time, it's too late. Especially if you didn't confided in them. Because that's one thing I noticed. One thing I notice about toxic people and messy people, they are very good at getting people who not paying attention to tell them stuff that they don't need to know. Like, and some of them, they'll go out their way to get you to get on the subject. They might not want to ask you about how much your car note is, but then they'll just start talking about credit, and then they'll start talking about loans, and then next thing you know, they'll slip it in, or you might voluntarily be like, "Oh, my car note this much," and now they know your business. They never was about to get a new car. They just want to know how much you pay. And if it's a lot, they can sit up here and say, "Oh, she's stupid," or "He's stupid for paying all that money." Or if it's a little, they could say, "Oh, her car note ain't that much," or "His car note ain't that much. You could borrow money from him." Like I literally see them toxic people do it all of the time, and that's one thing I love about my family is that they so toxic that I can see toxic people coming from far away because my family are the blueprint. Every form of toxicity they have it. We have the narcissist, we got the schizophrenia, we got the bipolar disorder, we got the kleptomaniacs, we got the compulsive liars, we got the pathological liars, we got the delusional people who make up stuff that ain't never happened. Like we have so much to choose from. So for me, I can tell like because I read in between the lines because what I love about people is that yes, me too. Now, granted, I've been yapping for an hour and 30, but I definitely am a good listener in real life. And another thing that tells you about a toxic person is the way they reference their experiences with other people. If they give you a generalization like every single person in the world is messed up and they not, that's a telltale sign. If they're always talking, oh, this is another thing. If they always talking about people that they close to that you don't know or that you're not close to, that's another sign of toxicity. And that's another sign that you better keep your business a mile away from them. Matter of fact, 1,000 miles. We call them dry begging bums. Yeah, but I think it's begging has came a long way. It's changed now. People beg so differently because I know like some people they won't even directly beg you. They'll just repeatedly mention the issue that they having, and then keep saying, "Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna get the money for this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, this, and this." And it's like for me with them kind of people now, well, I don't even. You know what? It's so funny because I be like reminiscing about this stuff with y'all. I be thinking about like, damn, I don't even be in them situations now to where I don't know. Like if it happened again, I don't know how I would react. I probably would laugh because I wouldn't think people wouldn't be seriously trying that with me now. I think like with my family members, they looked at the first 20 years of my life being an overgiver, thinking that that was a forever thing. So a lot of them is still trying to come to grasp that they can't get anything anymore. Especially now. Now would have been the best time for me to be a giver because I got it. But I was giving when I didn't have it. Literally up here sacrificing. And it's like it's beautiful when you do it in situations like where God leads you to do it, or where it's a person who really is in need, like a true need person, not a fake needy person. I just thought of something. It's a difference between somebody being in need and somebody being a failure. That's what it is. And I find that us as black people, we have a fair we are afraid of the word failure. We never want to admit when a person is a failure. However, we all know at least one failure to where if you put them in a win-win situation, they still gonna lose. So when it comes to those people, we have to handle them differently. We don't have to degrade them. Now, granted, if you degrade them, I ain't gonna judge you, but we don't have to degrade or insult them. However, we should not give any resources of ours to those people because it's gonna be an immediate loss. A dry beggar will never ask, but will cry all day about why they need the money. Yes. Oh my God, ain't he? Yes. It's gross though. It's so gross because for me, for those people who I see begging, they have places that they could get the resources from, but they ain't gonna get it. Like people who be dating broke dudes and be having to borrow money from their friends. It's like unless you planning on leaving him or unless he gonna help. Like I feel like this is my thing. If it's a relationship with a man and a woman, and the dude broke, the woman should not have to ask nobody for anything. The dude should be begging people because at least if you're gonna be broke, you should bear the brunt of the embarrassment. You got the lady being embarrassed, and she not even the broke one. She just trying to keep up with taking care of you and herself. Keep pushing forward. Good morning. I think that's Nisha Jackson, but your name different today. Keep pushing forward. Good morning, Jeremiah and chat. Hope your morning is a blessed one. Thank you. You too, Nisha. Happy Sunday. And so yeah, like the brunt of embarrassment should be on people. Or like for me, I have a person I know in my family who is a failure, and with this person, if my people ever see this live, I love it. It's gonna be so funny. Hopefully that be the thing that make them leave me alone. I really just want to get cut off. It's so hard to get people to cut me off when I'm tired of them. You block them, you tell them stop contacting you, you ignore them. It's like anyway. So this person I know is a failure, and it's hard to admit it for people who care about them because they feel like you're giving up on them. But good morning, Deborah. Welcome in. And no matter what people do for this person, they mess it up. They had a good job at a workout place. They wasn't showing up to work on time. They wasn't doing their schedule. And not to mention this person always needed money. Even as an adult, their mama still was buying clothes for them and all of that. And I told them not to do that. They didn't listen. So then this person get in a situation where they created something, and what they created is very big in the world today. And so, but what they did, they signed it over to somebody that had nothing to do with it and didn't even get money from it. So now the person they signed it over to is getting money from what they created, and they get no money. So from there, the person ends up having children, multiple children. You think they're gonna get a job and help the women out? Nope. Live off the women, cheating on the women, don't want to get a job, end up with child support from one of the other women. You think that's gonna make them get a job? No. You failed at something you created. Even with the popularity from what they created, they could be using social media since they all of their profiles have enough subscribers to get money from it. Do they post content? No. So I tried to talk that some sense into them because I wasn't gonna help them, and I encouraged them to start posting content. Guess what they did, y'all? Why they uploaded the same video multiple times to the point to where YouTube suspended their account and suspended their monetization because you can't do that. Like the exact same video. If you want to be the man of the house, then do what a man is supposed to do. Facts. And that's the thing within the male community. Men ain't leading no more. They not leading, but they want you to bow down to them like they the leader, but you don't have the crown on. So you more of a peasant than a king. I still got some idiots still talking about me on this app instead of living. You got beef on here, ain't he? With somebody? What they be saying? They be making videos about you. It be so weird for me though. I find that when I follow people like subscribe to big content creators, if I watch too many of their videos, YouTube be so messy and start recommending videos about them. And I'm like, hold up. Like that's I don't even be want to watch that because it'd be weird. I think the only person who videos make sense about them, or the only two people, would be when people make videos about Tasha K and when people make videos about the lady with the swollen neck. Other than that, like it seemed like when it be regular people that they making stuff about, it just be more hate and upset than anything. So how do you navigate that, Auntie, with people making reaction pages, videos about you? For me, I think that if they ever made one about me, they probably would try to get at me for the rambling and whatever else. I don't know. They be diagnosing people and everything. No, I made videos about them. I posted their words so people could see for themselves. Oh, who did you make videos about, Auntie? But oh, you made videos about the people you know in real life on here. That's what you say. I'm laughing because I kind of did that on here with one of my story times. But I mean, honestly, I think about the people because I'm talking about them. But the whole idea of me doing it, I really don't. care how they feel, think, or take it or whatever. For me, I feel like the more I share my life, that's the more other people could feel seen, because a lot of the things I've experienced, people who experience it generally don't be understood when they experience it, or if it's non-traditional things like how I don't rock with them people, the my family or whatever, certain family. Which what I like about my family is that it's so many bastards in our family that we don't have like a family name. Like I have my grandpa last name because that's my mama maiden name, but like damn near most of my cousins and stuff and siblings, we don't have the same last name. So that makes it even easier because it's not like if I go somewhere, they not gonna ask me, oh, you related to this person, you related to that person. No, because I have my own last name. My siblings, they have a different last name. They last name is the same. So when they go places, people know, is this who you was talking about in my live last night, Auntie? No, I made videos about them. I posted their words. This is who you was talking about in my live last night. Oh, you was live last night, Jazzy? I need to make sure your notifications on for me because I was looking for a live before I went to sleep last night. And nobody was live, so I had went to sleep at 9 or 8, and then I woke up at like 4 this morning. I wonder how it feel though, like to be a person and you pull up a video on YouTube and either the person directly mentioning your name or they saying stuff and it's about you. I feel like if a person see it, get in the field, make a YouTube and respond. If you want your side out there, I don't know. I just think too though, once you become a person who don't care about the other person's side, that shocks people. Because when people come at you with gossip, or if a person accusing you of something, or if a person trying to discredit you for something, and you pay it dust, you dust it off and keep moving, they be so shocked, and some of them get mad, and they start showing anger because they like, dang, this was supposed to get you out your shoes or whatever, and it don't. And I love the lifestyle of unbothered thinking, but mine is rooted in stoicism, which people think being stoic mean you just being emotional. I mean, no emotion. That's a part of it, but that's not the whole thing. Being stoic means that you have an understanding that when things are not out of your control, you don't let it impact you as much as things that you can control. So if you hit traffic, you ain't gonna make your whole day bad because you know that it's a football game. Or if the lights go out, you're not gonna just feel like the world is over because you think in God that, okay, I still have a place to stay, I'm safe, it's not no danger, the lights will be on shortly. Things like that. Things guys talking all the way to church. Thank you, Pepper, and you have a blessed service at church. Say a prayer for me, and I appreciate you for everything. You blocked them and now they upset. So what do they expect you to do? Like, so if you were to unblock them, what do they want to tell you, or what do they want you to tell them? I had to delete those lives because I want a better channel that my family will come back to. Yeah, sometimes it's good to just get it off your chest and just move on from it. But I always wonder that, like, when a person block and they make an issue about being blocked, what do you want? Because like with my family members, they definitely, I be ready to block them. And the times that people have been blocked, it's like, okay, you're blocked, you're upset, you're telling everyone you blocked, but when you wasn't blocked, we never talked about nothing. So what do you want? And I find that when people don't want nothing, and you ask them what they want, they get offended by that. Like even when people be texting me what sup or what you doing or how are you, I'm running a multi-million-dollar business over here. I don't have time for small talk. My life is too big for small talk. No shade, but I don't. And I let people know that. Like I let everyone know that. When people get my number, I let them know that. Like, listen, if you gonna reach out, you got to make it count. Because when I reach out to people, it's either gonna be a conversation about a specific thing, or I'm just gonna let you know, hey, I just thought about you today. I love you. I hope you're having a blessed day. That's it. I'm not about to be hey, and then they gotta respond, hey, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? I'm good. And then it's like, okay, what the hell you text me for that? You could have had that conversation with the person who's sitting next to you at work. Like, I just don't be understanding that, and I find that the people who do that a lot and don't understand that they do that, they generally don't have no motion going on in life. Like, they legit have people who don't have nothing going on. Like, probably going to take out the trash is the highlight of their week, and that's cool for them. But it's like, if you want to change it. And I find with me too, a lot of my family, they be trying to ride my wave, because for me, I don't think I'm anything. People describe me as whatever I'm supposed to be, this, that, all of this good stuff. And I find that they be trying to piggyback off of that. They know I travel a lot. Oh, one day me and you gonna travel. No, we not, because you can't even take a road trip to Houston. So you think I'm about to take you with me to go to the Maldives or to go to Jamaica or something like that? What am I taking you for? What type of time we gonna have? Especially little Miss Glock. That's gonna be her nickname, Miss Key Glock. Miss Key Glock. All of the one who left the gun in my car. As good as she feel, every time I'm doing stuff. Oh yeah, I wish one day me and you can go on the beach. So you could leave a gun in my bag? Like no, I'm not playing around with you, like at all. She won't be Remy Ma so bad. Like girl, no, we ain't going nowhere. Like if I when people tell me they like traveling, the first thing I do is tell them everything I do. I get emails. I make an email. Well, I been did it. I had an extra email. Shout out to Raising Canes. I have a lot of emails for them because when I was younger and trying to save money, I used to switch my emails and get the little free caniac thing every time. But so I would tell people, if you want to travel, get you an email that's just gonna be for traveling, and have every hotel, every airline, and every type of cashback travel thing send you update emails, and then from there start to look through them, get a general idea, and then one of the easiest traveling things is a cruise, because with cruises you don't have to pay it all at once. You could literally, if you know you want to go on a cruise in December of next year, you could start paying now and you have it paid off probably by the end of this year and be ready to go. So I tell them stuff like that. They never use it because they like the idea of it, but they ain't gonna do the work. But if you willing to let them ride on your back and skip the line, baby, they gonna do it. But guess what happens when something on your back? Eventually your back get tired. And what happens after that? They don't get off. And then you keep carrying them until you trip over something that you would have kept walking, but since they on your back, you fall face down. And what they do? Kick you in the head and then walk away and be like, ha ha. So yeah, no. They don't really do it in that manner, but I'm just being dramatic. And that's the dark side of success. Like when you achieve success in the environment of failures, it's gonna shake up the room. That's like somebody turning the light on in the club. Like you see what people do when the light come on in the club. So when you succeeding around failures, that's what happens. And if you think back to, for my people who was around failures or related to failures, when you think back to younger you and how they always tried to dim your light every time you had things that you wanted to do and passions that you wanted to achieve, especially for hood people, like small-minded hood people. If you wanted to be a star soccer player and you probably was real good at soccer, oh no, you ain't doing that around here. Like them kind of people try to hold you back, but then flash forward, you still kept your dream as a soccer player. And not them same people, New Orleans, I'm from New Orleans, not them same people expecting you to fly them out to the FIFA Cup. I think that's for soccer. I don't know. I don't watch sports. But so that, and a lot of us have that. And some of us, thankfully for me, my mama, she could improve, but she's not like an anti-mama. Like some people, mamas be their biggest ops. I find that women typically have that problem a lot, where their mamas be their biggest ops. Like we be having people around us and they've dimmed our light for so long, and it's like our destiny is stronger than anything around us. So a lot of times it takes for things to pull us out of that environment. Like I don't know if it's God or if it's the ancestors, like some people say, but something pulls us away to where something happens to where we can't be around them people no more. Either it be a bad falling out, either we have to move, they die, they go to jail. We get removed from them people so our light can continue to shine. And what ends up happening is those people come back and try to guilt us into accepting them back in our lives so that they could eat off of us. Where I found out the beefs were fake and I wanted And since they kept involving me for free, pay me too. They got fake beefs. That's crazy. I don't think I have beef with nobody. I probably have throwback enemies that not my enemies, but I'm probably a enemy. But I don't, I don't deal with all that. I really don't, and I really want better for us as a society, especially for Black people. I want us to really start taking mental health seriously. It scares me, especially in my family, because they don't believe in mental health. Like the stuff that they say in place of actually getting help mentally is insanity. Like even yeah. So I feel like mental health is one thing that's holding us back. I need everybody to just start taking care of their bodies better. You don't even have to be no gym rat, no Fitbit, but just be aware. That's one thing. Before you do any changes, be aware of what's going on now. Know your vitamin levels. Know your if you have thyroid issues. Know if you have a family history of certain things that may be strong for people who into DNA testing. They got DNA tests that could tell you if you predisposed to cancer and different things, or if you could develop a certain condition that develops on later on in life. If you at a higher risk for dementia. No, it's a whole fake beef network on this app, so be careful, y'all. For me, I'm all right. I stay on my side of the street, and I mean, I don't know what content I'm gonna post in the future because I'm that random, but I don't think I'll be in a space to where I'm gonna be going back and forth with people. I think typically when there's people who do reviews on other pages, that kind of open the door for it because I see a lot of those pages be falling out. But for me, I don't. I mean, unless somebody who's pro family makes a video responding and chopping what I said and saying I'm a horrible person, which I love that. I love when people think negatively of me because that's one less person I have to deal with. When people think highly of you, it's not a good thing in certain instances because some people see that as an advantage. Because whether we realize that or not, users develop their skill throughout their lifetime of using people. So when a person is a pro user, they are able at that point to just have small conversations and even looking at the things you have or the way you carry yourself, and they can tell if you have it. To where like people who live basic and they might have money but they live basic, a user is gonna see right through that and say, oh, he living basic but he got this, he got that, oh, he mentioned he have a 401k account and all this other stuff. That's what brings views, so they want to be in mess. I mean, but see, the thing about with the beef stuff is that people get carried away emotionally to where they do stuff and then they end up either getting demonetized or the video get deleted or they get in trouble. Like with we see it all of the time. People get caught up with going back and forth with people on their live and then they end up cursing out somebody in the comments and now they page gone. Yo Yo is a total safe haven. She honest, she upfront, and she don't tell you where you can't go. Yo Yo is a YouTube blessing. Yeah, Yo Yo is a people person. She a people person, and for her, she does it from the heart, and you can tell because even when she do stuff, you can feel the love. Like it's an undescribable feeling of when people do stuff for love versus when people do stuff for a different reason. But for her, she's secure within herself, and that helps when you dealing with people who secure within themselves. They are able to either help you level up or they're able to be around you while you level up, and they don't feel no way. But when you have people like um, the swollen neck lady, she has admitted on multiple times being jealous of people, or like even how when she used to tell the stories about the content creators that she wanted to outwork, or how she would keep referring to her sister as fine as Drea and all of this other stuff. Just stuff like that. You can kind of tell when people be envious of people because they don't give you clean compliments. They give you compliments and then say underhanded stuff, or they give you an underhanded compliment altogether. And the sad part about people who insecure is that they spend so much of their life focused on other people that their own life literally goes nowhere, or if it does, it goes off a cliff. But having security is the best thing, even when we don't feel our most secure. Like I know for me, when I was heavier, I would always look at people in shape and assume that if I like somebody, they will go after them before they go after me, which was stupid. But that's what I love about being stupid because it wasn't my life. It was a moment in life, and I got rid of it when I realized it. But some people just be stupid their whole life, and that's another thing too. Do y'all realize that a lot of the people that be coming at y'all crazy be slow? Not like slow, like compassionate slow, but like slow. Like they really be on some other stuff. And I also too think when we have a certain level of light in us, people who dark on the inside, something in them makes them want to dim that light in us. And it could happen in so many different ways. It could be that person at work that keep picking with you for no reason or keep snitching on you, or that neighbor that just do little small things around the complex to make you uncomfortable, or the just stuff like that. We all have our moment. I hated being light skinned. I hated my name. I never. And you so beautiful, ain't you? I never knew that. They always make it seem like light skinned people is conceited and they don't text back and all of this other crazy funny stuff that they be saying. Yeah, but what I like about growing through our imperfections and accepting them is that it makes us stronger people, because if we able to get through our own things that we feel, we could get through whatever other people feel. That's the beauty in it. Or like if people try to use something that was an insecurity against us, like for people who overweight, every time people argue with a fat person, they call them fat. Like, but if a person already overcame that, they don't care about that at all. And it don't even. I still will never understand how people online be having full arguments with strangers. Like I seen one time on Twitter, aka X, where one of my followers was arguing with a stranger, and they was like 20 or 30 tweets in, and they had been responding to each other throughout the whole morning. Like it started in the morning and it was like the afternoon. They still was going back and forth. And it's like y'all just been throwing insults for hours and y'all don't even know each other. So it's insane. I don't care what bag you in. I love it. Yep. So it's just like it's amazing to me that we have so many of that going on, and that's why I encourage people to do whatever you feel when it comes to trolls, but don't take it personal. Those people do not know you at all. Even if it's a troll from a different fan base and, the swollen neck people, but don't take it personal. Them people, I think that people nipples get hard when they got somebody to argue with, because if the times on Twitter, sometimes if I had time in the past when I was younger and I was free, I would look at the person who arguing with people, and when I go look on their page and I scroll through their tweets, all their tweets is arguing. Like they literally picking at people. You see them just adding random people saying all kind of crazy stuff, and whoever take the bait, that's who they go back and forward with. It's very weird. Like, but I think that in the weird world, we have to be amazing. That's all. They say trolls count for views. They do. That's why I will never. For me, I'm not at the current moment. I don't know if somebody could change my mind, but at the current moment, I would never block nobody, no matter what they saying in here, because for me, I find social media is very tricky because people could get away with comment and stuff, but then if you say the wrong word, you're gonna be in trouble. That's like with Swollen Neck. Cause I've watched enough of her content, so me using her as an example, I feel like it's genuine. Cause I kind of liked it her at one point, so I feel like that count. That's good enough. So for her, all of the time she didn't got demonetized on TikTok. What it was for, fussing with people in her comments, which is so crazy because it's like, ma'am, your whole livelihood is based off of your product. I mean, based off of your content. Why would you even allow that to be a thing? Like, but she's slow, so. But yeah, trolls do count. They definitely do. What time is I think Yo Yo said her class is at 2 o'clock today. trying to think what all I need to do. All I got to do is fold laundry. I probably mop. I be wanting to bash the troll face, and most times I end up saying the wrong time. Thank God they ain't done with me yet, y'all. Yeah, because for us, it's us as people, we big on our respect. So being disrespected in any form, even if it is online, it could be triggering. Thank you, Karen. You too. Thank you for stopping in. But it's I think that like I think for me also too, I've witnessed a lot of people trolling, like just me witnessing it. That's why it's easier for me not to take it seriously because I see the people do it and then laugh about it. Especially the ones who be harassing celebrities, they'll keep putting crazy stuff under a celebrity page, and then when the person finally respond, they be like, "Oh my God, I never thought you would see this," or "Ha ha 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 ha, I just made this person day bad." Like people are crazy. I don't even think we have enough words to describe people because crazy is such a word that we use for so many different things, good and bad. And then evil is such a basic word that is really more of an opinion because literally everything that we deem to be evil could be considered not to some people, which is crazy, but that's the way it is. Thank you. But y'all, I'm gonna do. I'm about to go since it's 8:30. I did 2 hours today. I definitely thank y'all for tuning in. Which jackass? I ain't say I didn't say that word. My accent might have sounded like it. I said it, but I didn't say that word. But y'all have a great day, and of course I'm gonna be showing y'all content love. I'm about to make the protein shake and get my Sunday started. Well, I already went to the gym, so it started. But y'all have a great day, and I'm also going to go to Yo-Yo page to see what time the class is, because I'm going to try to join in that today too as well. Thank y'all so much.